let's talk. I need everyone sitting up so we could be listening to the important things Miss Kalina says. Okay, so when we think of a main idea or a central idea, so the main idea meaning why did the author write the text? What is this text about? What is the one thing, if I could put it in a sentence, what would it be? What would the main idea of this text, this book, this story be? So when we, what's up?
You was frozen.
Okay, am I frozen now?
No.
Okay, good. Okay. So when we think of a main idea, sometimes we call them central ideas too. We often think of a fiction story. So meaning it has kind of a narrative structure, like a beginning, middle, and end. Think of the story we just read. The main idea probably was that the bear was kind of greedy, but after he realized that he needs to work together with the bees so they'll keep giving him honey. That's kind of the main idea. So where a lesson or a theme could help us determine an important thought. But nonfiction text, remember nonfiction means real books, cats, dogs, cars, the narrative nonfictions we were reading have central ideas too. They have main ideas. So it's often easier to figure out the main idea of a text when we can identify what type of text structure the author is using, okay? So signal words, remember. So let's real quick, let's review. I'm going to share this. Mohammed, what's up, bud?
Like he's getting money?
Okay, yeah. So like a main idea. Okay, let's go over. Remember these? You should, we learned about these last week. These are the type of nonfiction texts there are. So maybe the author is describing something. Maybe it's a sequence. Remember we did this. So it's telling me the order of events or how to do something. Remember those signal words. First, you gather sticks. Second, you put the sticks in a teepee pyramid and then you light them on fire. Third, or finally, you feed the fire with paper and tiny sticks. So that would be a sequence of how to build a fire. Another sequence might be dates, might be talking about, so first, for example, again, I always do this. First, I woke up. Then I let Millie and Bootsy out. Finally, I made myself breakfast. Sequence. How did things happen? In what order? Compare and contrast. We did this. What does compare mean? Just shout it out. Is that alike or different? What does compare mean?
Alike.
Alike. Perfect. What does contrast?
Like. Different.
And alike.
Different. Good. So comparing and contrasting is explaining how things are alike and different. You guys remember this Venn diagram we did? Some of those signal words are similar. Both also, that means compare. Different, however, whereas, that means contrast. So maybe the main idea of a text or a story or a bunch of words that an author does is comparing and contrasting, telling how some things are similar, but they're also different. Problem solution, we should know this one, is telling how a problem is solved. That one's easy peasy. Think about the book we just read. The problem was the bees went on strike, right? That was the big problem because how is the bear going to get honey? So how the problem was solved is that the bear went out, bought a ton of materials to fix up the bee's house. And then cause and effect. Why is this is this explaining why something happened? So we did this last week. Cause. I went to bed late last night. The effect? Who could think of the effect? What would be that effect? If my cause was I went to bed late last night, what could be the effect of that? Who knows? Raise your hand. If I went to bed late last night, what could be the effect of that? Emmeline.
You'll be sleepy.
Yeah, I'll be tired. Perfect. Think of a cause. Think you, let's see, say you, what's one that I could think of? Say you fell while you were running. What could be an effect of that? What could happen if you were running and you fell? What could be the effect? Who could think? Donovan, please stop. Diana, do you have your hand raised? Gabe, what do you think? What could be the effect of that? Come on, sit up, please, sweetie. Okay, good. You scrape your knee. Perfect. Rana, sit up. So maybe the main idea is just explaining why something is happening. Okay, so we're going to do a little activity together, okay? You guys are going to have to chat with me. Okay, we're going to be chatting. So I need you to sit up, get your keyboards ready, okay? So I'm going to read this. And first of all, we're going to figure out which one is it. Is it description, sequence, compare and contrast, problem and solution, or cause and effect? This one looks familiar, I know. You guys just listen, okay? Penguins are birds. They are warm-blooded animals. Most penguins live in icy climates. They cannot fly. Instead, they use their wings to glide through the water. Penguins have black and white feathers. They lay only one egg at a time. The male penguin incubates the egg while the female hunts for food. Penguins eat small fish and krill. Parrots are birds. They are warm-blooded animals. Most parrots live in a tropical climate. They use their wings to fly high into the trees. Parrots can be many colors: red, blue, green, and yellow. Parrots can lay between 1 and 6 eggs at a time. The male and female parrots take turns incubating the eggs while the other parrot finds food. They eat seeds, fruit, and small insects. All right, so my first question that you're going to chat to me. You ready? My first question. What kind of text is this? Is this description, sequence, compare and contrast, problem and solution, or cause and effect? If you want to just put the color of which one it is, that's fine too. If you don't want to spell out description, sequence, compare and contrast, problem, solution, you just say the color. So pink, blue, green, orange, or red. What kind of text is this? Go ahead and send me a chat now, please. What kind of text is this?
You disabled the chat.
Oh, I did, guys. Well, thank you guys for letting me know. Sorry about that. Okay, now go. What kind of text is this? You should know because we did this one last week. Do you guys remember what we did with it? Did we do description, pink, sequence, blue, compare and contrast, green, problem and solution, orange, or red, cause and effect? What are we doing in this? What kind of text structure is this? Remember, you could just say pink, blue, green, orange, or red. Awesome, guys. Awesome, awesome. All right, getting a few more. Awesome. So far, everyone's gotten it. All right. Mohammed, what color did you say this one was?
Green.
Green. Perfect. And so did a lot of other people. Cool. You guys knew this was comparing and contrasting. You guys just knew that because it gave you all this info about penguins, all this info about parrots. But it was kind of saying some things that are similar, like they are both birds, both warm-blooded, but then saying things that were different, like parrots live in tropical climate, while penguins live in icy climates. So that's perfect. Perfect, perfect. So now that helps us know, okay, what is the main idea of this? So we knew the text structure is compare and contrast. And that's going to help us to determine what the main idea is. What the main idea is. So I'm going to put a text box up here. And we're going to come up with the main idea. So I'm going to put the author. I'm going to put the main idea is. So the main idea is that penguins and parrots are what? Are they similar? Are they different? I spelled penguins way wrong. Miss Clean needs to know how to spell. Are penguins similar than parrots? Are penguins different than parrots? Or are they both similar and different? What do you guys think? Think about back to your worksheet. Are penguins different than parrots? Are they similar to parrots? Or are they both similar and different? If you want to chat, you could chat me. If you want to raise your hand, you can raise your hand. What do you think? What is the main idea? What is this author trying to tell us? He's talking to us about parrots, but he's also talking to us about penguins. So what do we think, Kamaya? What do you think?
Both.
Both, perfect. And that's what I got a few chats too. So I could say are both similar and different. And then I could do another set. I could go a little bit further into it. So penguins are similar because they're both birds, both warm-blooded birds, and different because penguins live in icy climates while parrots in warm. Perfect. So you guys knew that from knowing this was a compare and contrast, that the main idea is basically that this author is trying to tell us that penguins and parrots, yeah, they have things that are different, but they also have things that are similar together, that are similar, meaning the same, things in common. Perfect. All right, we're going to do one more, guys. All right, I'm going to read. You guys listen, okay? Because we're going to be doing the same thing. Do you have a dog or cat residing at your home? If the answer is yes, be sure to keep onions out of your pet's reach. Onions contain an ingredient called thiosulfate, which this ingredient is perfectly safe for humans. It is toxic to cats and dogs. Thiosulfate weakens a cat or dog's red blood cells. If your pet consumes enough onions, the red blood cells can even burst. As you can see, the accidental ingestion of onions by your dog or cat can result in worrisome consequences. All right. Well, we know this isn't a compare and contrast. We know this isn't a cause and effect. We know this isn't a problem solution, and it's not a sequence. So what is this text doing? What kind? Is it description? Is it just describing something to us? Is it a sequence, blue, compare and contrast, green, problem and solution, orange, or cause and effect, red? What do we think? What do we think? Because it's kind of just telling us about something, okay? It's telling us why onions are bad for dogs and cats. So what do we think? I got a few pinks, a few descriptions. It's not a sequence because it's not telling us first, don't give your dog an onion. Then that doesn't even make sense. It's not comparing and contrasting because there's not any two things that it's telling us is similar or different. It's not really a problem or solution because, yeah, why onions are harmful to pets, it's not really telling us a straight problem then solution. And cause and effect, not too much. All right, I got a lot of pink. So you guys are perfectly right. This is just a description. It's just describing. Describing what? Describing that onions are bad. So what would be our main idea here? What would be our main idea? If you could put it in one sentence, raise your hand. What would be the main idea? What is this author trying to tell us? What is this author trying to tell us? If you could put it in one sentence, what is this author trying to tell us? What did you guys learn? I'm going to give you a hint. It's about onions. What about onions? Someone raise your hand. What about onions? What did this author just tell us about onions? Who thinks they know?
They're bad to cats and dogs.
Perfect. Perfect, Oscar. Onions are harmful to cats and dogs. Awesome sauce. That would be our main idea. Our main idea. Perfect. All right. So our work plan for today is you guys have a seesaw activity, which it's literally going to be the same that we just did. You're going to have to tell me the text structure. If you just want to say the color, that's fine. And then you're going to have to tell me the main idea. What's the main idea of this text structure, okay? So let me show you how to get to that real quick. I'm going to let Miss Hatcher in. So everyone needs to be sitting up. Santana, sitting up. I need to see your face, buddy. Hi, Miss Hatcher. I'm just explaining to them their activity, and then they'll be ready to go. So